Okay, y'all, we had to get the studio set up. We in a new car. We in a new environment. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tinesha Davis. Jay is over here driving if you want to know whose arm this is. And we are making use of time. We're on our way to a friend's house because one day, usually it's a Sunday, right? But today we're doing our Saturday because tomorrow's Easter. So one Sunday out the month, we have a friend's brunch. And so that's what we're on our way to now. But in the meantime, guys, let's talk. This is what I want to do. We've done a net worth update this month, the month of April, right? And the net worth update was taking a look at where my net worth stood after Trump pretty much crashed the market. That was when he announced the plans for tariffs, right? Then shortly after he trashed the market, he put out another update saying that he was going to put a 90-day pause on tariffs. So the market shot back up. That's what they say. So in this video, I want to use the real life update of my real life numbers to kind of see if the market shot back up. And if it did, just how much did it shoot back up? And if it shot back up, did it shoot back up to before the trash market numbers? Let's talk about it, all right? So a lot of you guys already know net worth. Simply, all it means is that everything you own minus everything you owe. So all of your assets minus all of your liabilities, your debt, okay? What that number equals is considered your net worth. In my videos, I mainly look at 3 asset classes. I look at my car asset, my property asset, and my savings and investments. Savings and investments sometimes can be looked at separately. Some people look at their savings and then their investments, but I combine the numbers for the sake of this video. In my real life, everything is separate. I have all my accounts spelled out so I know exactly where the market is moving or what my numbers are doing depending on what numbers we're counting, all right? But again, for this video, we just combine because we just do. Let's talk about the first thing, car. Now, in the last video, I told you guys I took away the car asset, right? Then I had some people, okay, Jay, I had one person. Every time I'd be like, some people, he'd be like, it was one comment. Fine, it was one comment. Who was like, you should count your car again. And it's funny because usually it goes back and forth. When I count my car, there's a million people who's like, okay, fine. 2 people who's like, I shouldn't count my car. And then when I don't count my car, there's going to be somebody who says count your car. So guess what? We're going to count the car. For no other reason than it's going to make this video longer. Let's make this video longer. Okay, so the last time I looked at this, back in November for the car, back in November, the vehicle was worth $16,176. This time, the vehicle, according to Kelly's Blue Book, I like to keep where I pull my numbers consistent and constant. So according to Kelly's Blue Book, the vehicle is now worth $13,618. That is the private sale value, and it's the mid-range of the private sale value that we're looking at, okay? So overall, from November to now, this is a decrease of $2,558. For this video, since we did this in April, we did this earlier this month, and I didn't count the car at all. So for this video, this is actually going to be an increase of $13,618 simply because the number was 0 the last time we did this video, okay, earlier this month. Now let's move to property. For the property, I use Zillow.com. I explained in the last video what I felt about Zillow's accuracy. I'm fine with it. And we all know that you don't realize the value, just like you don't realize your gains in the market until you pull the money. So for your home, yeah, you're not going to realize the value of your home until you go and sell your home. right? Now, I have sold a home before. So what you see on Zillow for the price that I sold my home, that's real. That's real. That's real what I sold my home for. And when I sold a home, it actually sold for more than Zillow even predicted. So there's that. And in all business, everything is an art of negotiation. That had nothing to do with this video.
I know. Cut all the time.
Okay,
you
fine.
Cut this right here.
Let me cut this right here. We're on the express lane. Y'all know we fun and budget, right? And so I was like, why are we taking the express lane? It's gonna cost money. And he's like, he's taking the express lane because GPS told him to take the express lane. So we just passed on the other side of the express lane. There was an accident, and he said the highway was shut down. I didn't witness it. Was it shut down, or you being dramatic?
Yeah, it was shut down. The cop had the traffic shut down. There was a car there. There was a lady that came out over here. That's why I moved to the side.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell? She's doing in the middle of the thing.
Okay. And so what he's saying, the lesson to that, once again, is following your own instinct. Because had he
been cheap
and went over there, we would have been stuck. And
yeah, they still letting cars go by. It's like one
really
by one.
Slow. Yeah. And the thing is, for the party, we were asked to bring cutlery. But
I don't know why you adding this to your video instead of just cutting.
Well, my point is, okay, no, because they my friends. They my friends. Because the point is, we got to be there on time because we have the cutlery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know, right?
There's probably like 10 other people
having cutlery. But he's hiring.
I'm just playing.
He's hiring a chef, so.
Oh, okay.
So nobody had to bring food.
I can't cook it.
All right, but he hired a chef before. He hires a chef a lot when you think about it, or he does the cooking. This is my friend Kwame Alexander. He usually does the cooking, you know, because he loves cooking. So I got to change the battery. So I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all know, if any of y'all know and y'all been here, we're just not that channel that has these formal videos where everything's polished and perfect. We're friends, we're family, and sometimes you're gonna learn some little nuggets that have nothing to do with this along the way. That's just what it is. So let's continue, guys. So for the home, the last time we did this, April 6th was the last time we did this, right? The house was worth $1,026,000. Currently, it is worth $1,031,500. What I still owe on the house, because we are on a mortgage payoff journey, so I now owe $96,000 even on the house. Okay, so this gives us a net worth in property asset at $935,500. This is an increase of $7,470. And let me say, of that money, $5,500 was in appreciation and $1,970 was in debt paid down. Okay, so happy with that. This is a 13-day increase, an increase in 13 days. Okay, so now let's move to savings and investments. I have various investment accounts. I have your 401k, I have broker account, I have my IRA account, I have my HSA accounts. So I have various accounts here, right? And then we have our savings account. And when I say our, I mean mine. This is all my money I'm counting. I'm not counting Jay's money, okay? I tell y'all my business. We don't tell you his business. This is my money. All right. So I have my regular checking account, savings account with a few various different credit unions. In case I want to use debt as a tool, I like to get the best interest rates possible. And with credit unions, you have to be a member. To be a member, you have to have an account. So I have a little bit of money in a few different banks that I do love doing business with when it's time to do business with them. Okay. And then, of course, we have our Goldman Sachs Marcus account, our high yield savings account. So that's where all of these numbers are being pulled from to give you guys one nice, neat number. All right. So last time we looked at this, we had $705,425 in our savings and investments. Okay. since Trump, and we gave it some time, we gave the market some time to settle, right? So we didn't do this the day after or even 2 days after he announced that the 90-day pause on tariffs. So this is now, today is what is today? The 19th of April. What's today? Yep, April 19th. So we gave it some time to settle, and this is where we're at now. In our savings and investment accounts, we are now at $737,077. This is an increase of $31,652. Yeah. So while that is a $30,000 increase, a little over $30,000 increase, it actually, I'm still at a loss. I'm still at a loss from the last time the market was healthy, before the market sunk, right? I am at a loss of $19,057. So if I had $19,057 plus, it would have put me where I was before all of this. Okay, so yeah, the 30,000 looks good, it looks good, but let's not act like it gave me all my money back. It did not. Okay, so now let's look at the overall picture. Let's look at the total. In cars, we have $13,618, and that's just for one car. Property, $935,500. In savings, $737,077. Before, when we did our net worth on April 6th, our net worth was at $1,633,455. 13 days later, our net worth is at $1,686,195. This is an increase in 13 days of $52,740. Nice. I think I said that in the last video, that the market can gain a 50,000. Well, my accounts could gain like 50,000 in no time, a $50,000 increase in no time, simply because I've been doing this for a while, and I said that I'm used to realizing gains of 20 to 30,000 a month. Okay, so I wasn't too mad when I looked at this at the last net worth update, where I was down 50,000. Okay, but let's talk about the reason why we have a $52,000 gain. One of the reasons is because I added the car back, so that added 13,000 back to the net worth. Okay, the car. 2, the house value. The house value is still holding strong, and we got like what was it, like 7,000? Yeah, like about a $7,000 gain there. So we give credit to that. And again, we are still down about 19,000 in stocks and bonds due to what it was due to. But we still remain positive that the market can still continue to go in an upward trajectory. We're still positive that that can happen as long as people are reined in some. We'll see what happens. But also remember that when the market takes a brutal cut like that, it could be a good time if you had some extra money to buy the dip. But just know that you are taking a risk, because the dip doesn't always mean that your money is going to realize gains overnight. That's not normal. That's not common. But it does mean that over time, you will benefit from buying low, and hopefully realizing your gains at a high. Hopefully. And I say hopefully because I know we're all in various walks of our financial journey, and some of us are retiring soon, or some of us are already in retirement, and part of our retirement strategy is we have to live off of this money. We have to live off of this money. Okay, we don't have any choice but to pull money even when the market is low. And some of you might be saying, well, no, you can leave your money in there. Well, not if it's an investment account and you've already reached a certain age. You will actually get a penalty if you don't pull money after a certain age, certain time from your accounts. So neither here nor there. That's another conversation for another video. But that's why I say some people don't have a choice but to pull money, even though the market suffered. But for those of us who do, this is why I also say if you're realizing early retirement, or if you're already in early retirement, it's another good reason to have a sizable cash cushion in your high yield savings account, or an account where you can get cash from regardless of what the market is doing, because we don't want to pull when the market is at a low. We can live off of what's in those accounts, okay, and don't have to really stress too much that the market is low, because we're not pulling money anyway. We have alternatives. We have other solutions. My next goal in this journey is I want to be a multi-millionaire. So right now we're a little over, well, we're at more than a little over 1 million. I would like to reach $2 million, okay? And currently we are $315,000 away from $2 million in our net worth. So that is it, y'all. Thank y'all for being here with us. Thank y'all for taking the detours, the exits, and the on-ramps of life with us. Gonna see you in the next video. Until then, peace and happy Easter. What y'all doing for Easter? What y'all doing for Easter? Y'all doing anything for Easter? Does anybody do things for Easter anymore? I don't even know. I know I don't. And I don't have young kids. When we were younger, Easter was more for the kids. So, there was always church. There was dressing up. There was the Easter egg hunts. All of that. But all my people, they grown now. So, all right, y'all. Peace.